Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor, hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy.
Got the final injury report today for the Saints and the Panthers, and both teams really banged up heading into this one. I'll get you my final pick coming up, but you're talking about for the Panthers, Xavier Legette was limited in practice today. He is questionable for the ball game. Jamie Robinson with a knee is out. Tackle Ikem Ikwanu is out for Carolina Panthers. Adam Thielen is doubtful in this game. Jonathan Brooks with a knee injury. The running back is doubtful as well. So it's questionable, I beg your pardon. But he was a participant in practice today. They're really banged up. For the Saints, it's really coming at one place fast and furious. They've gotten healthier on the offensive side of the ball. You're going to see Cesar Ruiz in this game. You're going to see Lucas Patrick in this game. You're going to see Chris Olave in this game. Derek Carr is very likely going to play in this game. All odds are that he's going to play. Taysom Hill has recovered as well. It's really just Shaheed and McCoy that you're missing on the offensive side. You're getting healthier there. All of the injuries that have been hammering them are really at cornerback. Marshon Lattimore has not practiced all week. He is out for this game. Kool-Aid McKinstry has not practiced all week after being a limited Wednesday participant. He is out for this game. That is a big deal because now you don't have Paulson Adebo, who's out for the year. You don't have Marshon Lattimore, and you don't have Kool-Aid McKinstry. That means you're looking at basically Alontae Taylor in this game, who is likely to be joined with guys who are coming off the practice squad, Shamar Jean-Charles and Trey Herndon. They're probably going to have to play a big role in this game in the secondary, and that's not exactly where you want to be if you're the New Orleans Saints. So it's just, if it's not one shoe, it's the other shoe for the Saints. I just talked about this in the last segment with the Pelicans, but we didn't have the injury report. It's just come up, and I'm checking that over at LouisianaSports.net. So secondary, big issue for the Saints. Tyrann Mathieu was sick earlier this week. He is expected to give it a full go in this game. Enrico Payton is questionable. He's got a back injury. He's a special teams guy, but he's helped a little bit at cornerback as well, so he may not be able to go. The Saints are going to have to elevate some guys off the practice squad. I'll tell you this, though. One thing that gives me a little bit of solace in that is that the Saints have done a very good job under Dennis Allen of evaluating and developing defensive backs. And a lot of those guys have been high picks. Lattimore was a high pick. Alontae Taylor was a high pick. Adebo was a high pick. But they've done a good job of hitting on those. And they've also gotten some guys to play in free agent roles and smaller roles that have been pretty good as well. So that's one thing that Dennis Allen has done well. Say what you will about him. He has done pretty well as far as identifying defensive backs. They're going to be put to the test for sure from a depth perspective tomorrow. The good news is Panthers, without Thielen, with Bryce Young at quarterback and as big a mess as they are, not necessarily in a huge spot to exploit that. You'd love it if you were a Saints fan if Xavier Legette did not play. That remains to be seen coming up on Sunday. So that's kind of your injury report as you get ready for Saints and Panthers. Since I'm going to duck out a little bit early here from Red Stick Sports, and Matt's going to do some take it or leave it with Jacob Beck, I will instead pick the game right now.
Just go ahead.
All right, let's get to it. I think this is a must-win for the Saints. I talked about it, and I just don't see another way. We can talk ourselves into the Saints being a relevant franchise if they get this done today and on Sunday, and you see Tampa lose in a very losable game and the Falcons lose to Dallas, which I don't see as losable, but it's a 3-point number. We'll see what happens. I don't think that's going to happen down the road. But here's the deal. If you lose to Carolina, there's no coming back. You cannot come back from that. That is the worst franchise, the worst team in the league, and you're just not going to be able to respond from that. So you've got to go out there and win this football game at all costs. Carolina's defense has been terrible. I laid this out for you at the end of the last hour, where Bryce Young is bordering on all-time futility as a starter. He could be, after this game on Sunday, 2-18, would only be the third quarterback since 1970 to be 2-18 through 20 starts. And the guy, David Newton, who covers the Panthers, says the defense is worse than that. And that's just shocking stuff. So with Derek Carr back, your offensive line, 4 of 5 starters in there, with Olave back and Hill back and Kamara ready to go against the worst run defense in the NFL, the Saints should run the ball like they did in the opener, and they should find some success through the air. As far as on the other side of the ball, you're not stopping the run. You should against Carolina. And yes, the Saints are in rough shape at a cornerback spot. I just told you that entire story. But I just don't think Bryce Young is capable of exploiting that. I think he's just awful. The Saints sacked him 4 times in the opener. The Saints picked him off twice in the opener. I can see a scenario where the Panthers move the ball a little bit. That's plausible to me. I can't see a scenario where the Panthers light it up the way that a lot of teams have against the Saints the last few weeks. I don't think they can move the ball like Tampa did in the Dome. I don't think they'll have the ease of time that the Chargers did moving up and down the field. Justin Herbert had his best game of the year. I don't see that as a possibility. I think that Dennis Allen will have his team ready to play and focused. They want to get this taste out of their mouth. They are sick of losing 6 straight games. They want to get back on their winning ways, and this is the best team to do that against that's remaining on the schedule. It's the best team to do that against in the entire National Football League. So my suggestion would be to get that done, and I think that the New Orleans Saints will win the ball game coming up on Sunday. I've got this thing as a final of 28-16. It's not an absolute runaway, but I do think the Saints cover that 7-point number. It's shocking that a team that is a loser of 6 straight is a touchdown favorite on the road in the National Football League, but that's a testament to how bad a disaster the Carolina Panthers are right this very second. So for me, I like the Saints to win 28-16 in this one and get back on track for 1 week at the very least. We'll see if they can get some of those defensive backs back for next week when you crank the schedule back up to a reasonable level as far as the NFL goes. So that's my pick on Sunday. We'll see how things go.
Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.